My name is Rob Booker, and this is the Arizona Rules of Trading. You're in webinar number 1, and you're in the replay of webinar number 1. Since we've already done it one time, we're going to do it twice as good as the first time that we did it, which was 1 day ago, which is 2 times further away than tomorrow is. Hi, Bishop Campbell. How are you?
I was good until that. I don't have a clue where I'm at now.
I want to welcome you here. This is a webinar series for traders who want to size up trades quickly, who want to think about the market before they engage in trading activity, and who want to trade with profit targets that are bigger than their stop losses, and in particular today, who want to trade with the trend. We welcome you here. You've made a good decision. I'm glad you're here. It's important while you're here to ask questions and participate, because these live webinars are truly an opportunity to learn from the people who created the systems, who use the systems on a regular basis. And we welcome your comments, and we look forward to hearing what you have to say. Inside of the webinar with me today are a variety of people. We've actually got one more person on the way in here, which I'm really excited about. We've got the Bishop, Sean Campbell. Hi, Sean.
Hello.
Let's take a
Blessings
moment.
to everyone.
Yeah, let's take a moment and say hello from Bishop Campbell. I'll introduce you to him in greater detail in just a moment. Also here this morning, we got the coach, Scott Welsh. Hey, Scott.
Hello there. Good morning.
What's cracking, man?
Just excited to be here.
I'm excited for you to be here, too. And we also have Jennifer Thornburg. Hi, Jennifer.
Hey.
It's a little bit early for us in California, Jennifer.
It is pretty early.
It's early for a webinar, is it not?
You and your early webinars.
As you know, Jennifer is the combo trader. She's a 4-hour trader who trades long-term, short-term from the long-term charts and does it in expert fashion. Scott is the coach. He's someone who gets peak performance out of people. He's still trying to do that with me. And he also runs bosslater.com, which is about counter-trend trading. He's got a lot of great things to offer, especially on the subject of shorter-term trading. And I'm here today, as I mentioned earlier, with the Bishop, Sean Campbell. Sean is the originator of many of the systems that you're going to see taught today in the Arizona Rules. The webinar series that we're doing today is specifically designed to teach you some things that I just couldn't hold back. These are methodologies which are brand new. The Arizona Rules first existed 7 years ago. I built them in preparation for a seminar that I did in Mesa, Arizona. Jennifer, you're actually familiar with that.
Yes, I am. I'm very familiar with your Arizona Rules trading.
And they were extraordinarily popular, and I taught them for about a year and a half or 2 years to approximately 1,000 people. And then I did an online course which was offered to people from around the world, which taught the Arizona Rules. They were hugely popular, but as I explained last night in the webinar, after you teach the same thing over and over for a long time, that thing becomes, well, for lack of a better way to put it, it becomes boring to the person who built it. Scott, after that, you've taught a tennis champion even the same thing for the 900th time. When you hear the words coming out of your mouth, it's a little bit boring for you.
Yeah, sometimes you need to have a couple different students, or you have to start explaining things a different way. Yeah, it gets a little bit stale at times. That's correct.
And so I put the Arizona Rules on the shelf. A few months ago, I was working with Sean Campbell, and I knew Sean had the potential to build some things and be creative about trading. But during the course of our webinars together, we kind of focused on the stuff that makes money now and the stuff that we have tested for a long time. But I couldn't keep Sean from being creative. What is this creative streak all about, Sean, that you have? Why do you pull up stuff you've never seen on the charts before?
Because as it says on the agenda right there, I like to break stuff.
Yeah.
No, I like to take the charts and I wanted to create a basis for myself to say, look, I'm not a mathematician. I'm not going to pretend to know anything more than looking at the indicators, but I wanted to develop a base of every indicator I could find and just start looking at them on charts and seeing if I could, because I have this view that the market has a rhythm and it flows, right? It's not so choppy as it looks all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Basically I wanted to create indicators or find indicators that fit my view of the markets. So to do that, I had to be super creative and say, look, I have to try everything and do a process of elimination and take away the things that I don't like and try and work with the stuff that I do.
Are you saying that underneath what looks like pretty choppy activity in the market is a smoother movement, and you just need to look a
I
little deeper?
I totally believe that there is.
Yeah. There's a pattern underneath all this market activity. You can look at head and shoulders patterns, or you can look at support and resistance, or you can look at moving averages, but there's a pattern. And that pattern is underneath the 5-minute chart and the 30-minute chart and the 1-hour chart. And Sean did something extraordinary. He decoded some of those patterns and made them easier to find. He didn't find a 100% system. He didn't find the greatest system that ever existed in the history of forever. And he didn't even find, originally, things that worked. At first, they just looked good. And it took some time to develop a methodology around them. When I started looking at what Sean was doing, I realized that the stuff that he was working on were a perfect complement to the original Arizona rules. And it was time for an update on those rules, and it just so happened that he provided the spark that led to a complete renovation of those rules, a simplification of the rules, and trades inside of those rules that were more profitable than I had originally created on my own. So, as I like to do, I invited Sean to come teach a webinar series with me, because as soon as I find out that something works, I love to share it with other people. Sean loves to share it with other people too. Sean loves to talk to traders. I love traders. I love to talk to traders. Sean, you love to talk to traders. Scott loves to talk to traders. Jennifer loves to talk to traders. And so we're doing a webinar series for those of you who want to size up the market quickly, and in particular today, you want to take trend trades. Now, there are some innovative tools that I've built to help you with this webinar series. I mentioned last night that I never build anything right the first time. Actually, rarely do I build anything right the second time, or even the third time. Forums are no different. I have built a forum for you to converse with each other about the Arizona rules of trading. I have not built a forum so that, and I just want to explain myself before you feel like I'm not building the forum so that I can answer every single question that you have about the Arizona rules. I built the forum so that you could answer questions for each other. In the past, I've built forums that got, in some cases, 100,000 page views a month. But as soon as I stopped commenting on the forum, everybody left, as if it mattered. I want to make sure that you know that today you're going to hear a lot from me. You're going to hear some from Sean, and you're going to hear, hopefully, some from Scott and some from Jennifer, who have a lot of really extraordinary things to share. And I'd love for the two of you, every once in a while, when we finish explaining a system, to step in the shoes of traders and ask questions as if you learned them for the first time, and let's go deeper into the material. But we're not here for me, and we're not here so that you can hear my voice, and we're not here so that I can make sure that you never make a mistake. We're here, and I'm here, to provide tools for you that help you trade more profitably, and then give you a way to talk about it with each other. I want to make sure you know that the forum that I'm about to show you is truly meant for you to converse with each other. You could argue with each other. You could talk smack about each other. You can pretty much post indicators, strategies, videos. You could do your own thing inside the forum. The only thing that you can't do is essentially be vulgar, post dirty pictures, or be rude to each other. You can't do that, or we'll kick you out. We'll moderate you out of the forum. And if you're rude in real life, we will moderate you out of life. Not actually. If you go to ArizonaRulesTrading.com/forum right now, you'll get a chance to see what I'm talking about. I'm going to type in the chat window and post this link, and you want to go here right now, no matter what else you're doing. If you're online right now, that's a joke, then you should go to the forum. Go to ArizonaRulesTrading.com/forum. You'll find yourself right here. The Arizona Rules of Trading Forum is a community of individuals who trade the Arizona rules. The original Arizona rules will be reposted here. There's a little welcome message to say hello to you once you get here. There's a webinar archive. There's lessons on the trades and examples of the trades, indicators and strategies, and more. Here's what I want you to do. As soon as you get here, click on the register link. Sean, what happens after they click on the register link?
They have to accept the terms of agreement, um, basically saying that we are not at fault for anything said in the forum.
And pick a username that's not vulgar. Be responsible. You accept the terms of the agreement. When there's a lot of traffic on the site, you'll see a message pop up every once in a while. You just back your browser up and click on it again. Pick a username. Sean, what kind of username should people pick?
Something that involves at least part of their real name, not Pinky. I don't even remember Pinky Pig.
Pinkie Pie, one of the My
Pinkie
Little
Pie.
Ponies. Yeah, one of the My Little Ponies. Rainbow Dash.
Oh.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry, I should have known that, right?
Yeah, it's okay. So you pick a username. You can pick something that's creative, but I'd love it if you picked your own name. I hate replying to somebody and saying, "That's okay, warp speed 56." It's whatever. Anonymous usernames encourage the following. They encourage you to say things that you would never really say with your real name. I don't want you speaking on the forum with your alter ego. This is not World of Warcraft. Then you type in your email address. You could choose whether or not you want people to be able to email you from the forum. Choose a password. Click in this funky business right here about these letters, and then click register, and you'll be sent your registration. I'm already registered. I was actually the first person to register for this forum. It was awesome. And now let's go back through what you have here. You have a webinar archive. You'll see all the dates for our webinars. You can see last night's webinar archive is already posted. You'll see the agenda followed by pieces of the webinar. I actually taught the webinar last night in chunks so that you could go back to just one part of the webinar and review just that one part very easily. I also put parts of that webinar in the appropriate sections where you learn the trades. So there's a how-to video on the Diamondback trade already, the Diamondback Plus S, and the Diamondback Plus D one, which we're going to do today, and so forth. You can also actually post trades that you found inside the forum and talk about it with each other. Don't post a chart and say, "Is this right?" I don't want you to post a chart and say, "Did I do this correctly?" You watch the video, and if you think you did it correctly, then you did. Remember, any way that you do this from here on out is going to be okay. I'm not here to correct you or tell you that you did it wrong. What I want you to do is go nuts in the forum. If you're a MetaTrader developer, go ahead and post whatever you want in a zip file onside the indicators and tools section, because I'm going to do the same thing. We've already built an expert advisor that trades the Diamondback trade and the Diamondback Plus trade on its own for MetaTrader 4, and we'll post it in the forum. And you can just go nuts with that. Go crazy with it. We also have indicators that we'll post for MetaTrader and for other charting packages in there as well. Anything you'd like to add, Sean, the Bishop, to the discussion about the forum?
No, I think it's one of the most powerful things that that this class offers. The training is great, but this is where it continues for as long as you want it to.
Right.
And it allows you to connect with other traders, which is again one of the most important things you could do. So.
Well, it's great to see you here. I'm going to approve all these members that already registered. Thank you for registering. We've got you in there. Thanks for being here. We're super happy to have you in the forum. But it's not the end of the line. There's more good stuff to come. Scott, this is the first time you've seen this. And Jennifer, it's the first time I think you've seen this as well. Sean, you saw it last night. This is what I'm most excited about. There is nothing to read on your phone if you're a trader. And if you can find it, please show it to me. There's nothing interesting. When you're stuck in the bathroom or stuck waiting for someone who is in the bathroom while you're shopping and you don't have anything to do, you probably would like to look at pictures of other people's monitors and charting setups and read a column every once in a while from the coach, Scott Welsh. Look at a chart that Sean Campbell, the Bishop, posted. Read the latest column that Jennifer wrote. Maybe look at a short video that I did about something really cool about trading, or read just articles and news that is specifically tailored to traders from around the web. For your phone, there is generally nothing worth reading on the subject of trading. There's some really good stuff out there about technology and other stuff, but there's nothing really to look at if you're a trader. I thought that was pretty odd, and I scratched my head the other day and when I built this webinar series, and I said, what's going to take this webinar series and make it into something that's truly original, that's so different and has something included with it that is so exceptional that people are just going to say, this is amazing and I can't believe that Rob did this. Well, I made an app, And on Monday or Tuesday, it will be approved for the Apple App Store, for the Android Marketplace, the Google Play Store, and for the Windows Marketplace as well, all three at the same time. I was going to call it the Trade Rocket, but that domain name has been taken, so I don't want to use something that's already been taken. So I'll rename it something before I throw it in the App Store. Here's what it does. At the bottom of the application, you see News. Here's where I will post pictures of people's monitors and chart setups, news particularly interesting to traders. It's not going to be like housing permits came in stronger than expected. Because, Scott, I think that's stupid and boring.
Incredibly, both of those things, yes.
I want you to be able to read about something innovative, a 150-word update from somebody they found on the web that did something interesting for traders. Something interesting, like I said, showed their monitor setup, showed their chart, an innovative article about how to keep a trade journal, stuff like that, stuff that traders would want to read that's updated throughout the day. Then a video link that has a bunch of short videos on how to do stuff, 1-minute videos that are interesting to watch that on the subject of trading, maybe a new innovative technique, or maybe a trade setup, or maybe an opinion about the market, maybe a daily update that says, here's the event risk in today's marketplace. Third, Forex trades. If you're a currency trader, the app will update you every 15 to 30 minutes every day the market is open, all day long, day and night, and will pick Arizona rules trades and post a chart, an entry, stop loss, and a profit target. It will not push a notification to ding your phone because it will notify you all day long. But if you open up the app and you scroll through it, every 15 to 30 minutes, you're going to have a trade. All day, every day the market's open for the currency market. And I think that's incredible. Nothing like that exists anywhere. It just doesn't exist. If you trade stocks or futures, it will also have an update for you, but simply less frequently because stocks don't fire off Arizona rules trades as often as they do in the currency market. But they'll fire off trades. You'll see a chart. You'll see stop loss, entry, and profit target, and you could do with it whatever you want to after there. Sean, what are we seeing here on comments or opinions or anything else inside the questions panel? Can you even see the questions panel?
I am still a panelist.
To make you an organizer. So we'll take a moment here. We've introduced you to the Arizona rules of trading. We've shown you the forum, and we've shown you the iPad, iPhone, Windows Marketplace, and Android app. What do we have going on in the questions, Sean?
All right. Is the bishop in his webinar robes? Absolutely not. That's saved for special occasions.
Saved for special occasions. That's pretty good.
Let's see. Nothing really so far.
Jennifer, what do you think about the app?
I think it's awesome. I can't wait to see you roll it out. I can't believe you got that built already so quick. You were just talking about it, so I'm really excited to see what you've created for us.
Scott, any comments about the app or anything else?
I'm excited about it, frankly, because I'm stuck right now reading books that I got like 5 years ago. If I want to read a trading book, I have nothing to read.
Oh.
And lo and behold, here comes the app. But seriously, I'm as I'm getting ready to move, I'm finding all these old books, and I'm like, I finally have something to read. I'm reading old stuff. I want new stuff, Rob.
You know what's interesting is we could review books on here. Once a week, we could put a book review on there.
And we should. That's a good idea.
Wow. There's so much good stuff here for you, everyone. So that's the Trade app. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet because, like I said, the TradeRocket.com domain name has already been taken, and I'm not in the business of using a domain name that somebody already took. So I'll be thinking of another domain name, and if you think of a name for the app, we'd love to have you name it. We can't offer you anything in exchange for that. If you want to name it, let us know. Love to hear from you. Looking forward to it. All right, so that's an introduction to the forum. Please go there now and register on the forum. Click on register when you get to the ArizonaRulesTrading.com/forum. Register. We'll approve your membership, and you can already start to watch the archived video, post charts, and see innovative, cool stuff in this website. It's only available to you because you're a part of this webinar series. We'll be back in just a moment. The Arizona rules were invented in 2005, 2006. The intention of the Arizona rules, the reason they were built, was so that you could size up the market quickly, so that you could plan trades quickly. Well, not only that, I wanted you to be able to divide the market into phases. In particular, I wanted you to quickly be able to find out when the market was trending, when the market was ranging, and when the market was counter-trending, and then plan trades accordingly. They were hugely popular because the Arizona rules simplified the process of picking the types of trades that you would take. We've all struggled with the quandary that occurs when we take a system that we really like, we trade it profitably for a while, and then it seems to break for no apparent reason. Well, the reason it starts to break is the market begins to range and our system was built for trending. Or the market begins to trend and our system was built for ranging. Or the market was built for counter-trending and the market's trending and we're losing a lot of money. We've all been in that situation in the past. In fact, the Wallabot, which automatically trades divergence according to rules explained in my book, The Wallaby Trade, that no one bought, by the way, even though it's the best book I ever wrote. That system running automatically on the charts is up like 280% since November of 2011. In a very short period of time, it has made a ton of money. Well, the reason it's done that is the market's been ranging. The euro hasn't gone anywhere. What's interesting is we know why it's done that. If we apply the Arizona rules to the Wallabot, we understand why it won during that time frame and why it has now started to lose, and we can turn it off. The Arizona rules help us understand what the market's doing so that we can plan trades to take advantage of that market activity. Jennifer, you were one of the original students of the Arizona rules. Did I explain that accurately?
Yeah, you did great.
So it makes it easy to set up trades in the right phase. You could take whatever methodology has been your favorite over the years, using any system, not even just stuff that you're going to learn during this webinar series. Any methodology for looking at the charts. You could have a Bollinger Band trade. You could read a book, Scott, about, what's the latest book you read on trading?
Well, I'm reading One Good Trade by Mike Bellafiore or whatever the heck his name is.
So we could take Mr. Belafonte's One Good Trade, for example, and we could apply that to the Arizona rules, and we could have a better understanding of why some of those trades work and why some of those trades don't work. We divide the market into phases. Originally, we divided the market into 4 phases with the Arizona rules, but we've taken it down to 3: trending, ranging, counter-trending. And what we're going to do right now is watch as Sean guides us through the process of setting up charts in the Arizona rules. Sean, I want you to assume, in particular, that Jennifer and Scott have never seen any of this before. And you're going to start from a blank slate, even teaching them how to create a blank chart, and then add back to the chart the elements necessary for the Arizona rules. Let it rip.
Perfect. Well, this is as blank as I can get without making price white and just having a white screen. So the basis for how I started to look at this was I zoomed the charts way out on a 5-minute, on a 1 hour, whatever, and I noticed that there were big movements in directions, and obviously we know those are trends, but what I wanted to do was be able to capture a way to get in on those and stay in on them and be able to take long-term or short-term trades. So starts out with moving averages. This is the 60-second analysis of a chart. You can look at 2 moving averages and work your way from there. First off, on the blank chart, this is where we start. Got to this place from properties. If you open up, anybody who uses MetaTrader knows that if you open up a new chart in anything that you want, this is what you see. And this hurts my eyes. So what I do, this gives me a headache. So what I do is first off, I'll go to properties and I create everything, customize it the way I want it to be. Backgrounds, anything you want, candles, everything gets changed to what you want to see. And instead of doing all of that here, you can take grids off. We want to take grids off. We want to take period separators off. And we get to this point where we create a blank chart which I save in my templates because I don't like to go in and recreate all that every time. So this is where I want to be. This is where I start out with every time that I go to look at a chart, and then I start from there. I add the moving averages. The first one that we put in is the 800 period simple moving average, and this is the one that obviously is the basis for everything. This gives the biggest. It takes 800 periods and averages them out, so it gives you the longest view of the market and says, you know, this is an actual trend and this is what's happening. So from there we add one other moving average. We have the 170 exponential moving average. And that's basically the starting point for anything that you want to do with the Arizona rules, or specifically with the Diamondback system, is you want to have this on your chart. You want to be able to say, I can identify a trend in 10 seconds when I open up my chart. And how we get to the identification of a trend is this area right here. Anytime the 170 crosses over the 800 period simple moving average in either direction, it creates what we determine is a trend. So as the 170 crosses below the 800, we consider it the market to now be in a downtrend, and we can start looking for sell trades. And that's basically how this whole thing gets started.
That's fantastic. You've simplified the process of identifying a trend. Let me ask you a question. By identifying the trend in this manner, you're clearly missing some of the downward movement, and I'm heartbroken about that. You didn't find a 100% method for picking a top or a bottom and a reversal of the trend. So explain that to me. Justify.
Well,
it.
I did, but I traded every single bar and trying to get to that movement. No, I'm just kidding. Basically, I'm not concerned about missing any part of movement because this is identifying the beginning of movement as far as I'm concerned.
All right. One thing that has bothered me over the years about the candles, and the candles have bothered me from time to time, is they jump around a lot. They'll break a trend line, and the downtrend won't be over. If you draw a trend line, and Scott can see this trend line already, actually. If you draw a trend line over the tops of the candles that are right in front of you in that downward movement, you could see that the price breaks through. If you back up just a bit, so back up, draw a trend line down, and then actually bring it down. Bring that trend line down, 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 down. Keep going. Keep going down. Keep going down. Act as if you can't see all that price on the left side, on the right side of the screen. Keep going down. Keep going down. There you go. Keep going.
Right there.
Yeah, there we go. So let's say we have a trend line drawn like this, and it breaks above that trend line. Traditional support and resistance trading, Sean, would say, that trend line's been broken, and the break of a trend line is the reversal of a trend. That's the general rule. I mean, if you read technical analysis of stock trends, that's what you're going to get from Edwards and McGee. I always want to call it Edwards and Magoo. But anyway, that's not really a trend line break necessarily. The Arizona rules help us understand that the 170, that red moving average that you see underneath, is underneath the dark moving average, the 800, and it's still trending. So regardless of that trend line break, we're not going to get fooled by that. We will, along with Roger Daltrey, not get fooled again. Correct?
That's correct.
How do you like me now?
And from here. So I think this brings us to the most important indicator that stops all of that, because that's exactly what I was trying to get away from was, if you're in a really nice trend trade and you get a huge candle down below that trend line and you start getting freaked out and you close your position and it just shadows right back up and you're really mad at yourself and it ruins your day. I wanted a way to smooth out the market and take out that noise so that as these things move, as price moves, I can take emotion out of it in so many ways by doing this. So to me, this is the most important part of this, and this is the Heikinashi candles.
And it's Xanax for traders because it takes the emotion out of the trading, right?
Or Heineken I don't know
Yeah,
if we
enough
should mix it with
Heineken or
Xanax.
enough Xanax. That's great.
That's right.
The,
Either
the
way.
Heineken Xanax candles. That's
Right.
death. That's instant death. That's not. Please do not do that.
And
These-
again, this indicator is available on the Arizona Rules forum to download.
And if you can't find it for your charting platform, just simply use the Heiken Ashi candles, which are available in most major charting platforms.
So this is my favorite part of the whole thing
Me too.
right now.
Me too.
And then from here, what I like to do is take away the actual.
Okay, wait. Build it
candles.
up. Build it up. Okay, I'm ready.
All right.
So, oh yeah.
All right.
Okay, I'm ready. Do it. Do it.
Okay.
Uh,
From here, as we get to this point, what we do is we go in and change our settings, and we change the line graph setting to no color.
Oh.
And there we are.
Nice. I have this for me, and I don't want to. I tend to not only exaggerate. I tend to get really excited about ordinary things because I have one button and it's an on button. Okay, so I apologize for that in advance. But this is friggin' awesome. All of that crazy, choppy movement, all of it, it goes away with a click of the button. Now, it doesn't make you automatically profitable. But, Sean, it takes away that freakish choppiness that encourages us to get out of trades that we don't want to get out of, or get into trades that aren't really going to be profitable.
Yeah, it absolutely, what it's done for me is keep me out of a lot of unprofitable trades and give me a really good, clear definition of when market direction is possibly changing direction inside of that trend.
All right. For those of you that wonder, how do I get these candles? Once again, the Heikinashi candles that you see on the screen right now, called the Heikinashi Smoothed Candles, are available in the ArizonaRulesTrading.com/forum website under Tools and Indicators. If you are using a charting platform other than MetaTrader, like Metastock or Thinkorswim, you could simply switch your candles to Heikinashi candles, and you're going to get a lot of what we're going to have right on this indicator. And as time goes on, it's not an urgent priority for us at this moment. Like, I'm not going to go out today and do it right this second. But we will develop a smoothed version of that for you. But you need to be patient, and you need to consider, if you trade currency, absolutely positively getting yourself a copy of MetaTrader, which comes for the low price of free, and putting this indicator on your charts. Now, can you take us back through the identification, Sean, of an upward trend and a downward trend using the Arizona rules?
All right, let's move back in time just a little bit. All right. So, to identify a trend in the Arizona rules, the only thing that we are looking for are these places where the 170 exponential moving average crosses the 800 period simple moving average. And that's how we identify a trend.
So an upward trend is the 170 going above, and a downward trend is the 170 going below. Would it be safe to assume that once the 170 goes below the 800, we're going to sell, and once the 170 goes above the 800, we're going to buy?
It's exactly what we're looking to do.
Okay. There are...
And
yeah.
at this point with the Heikinashi candles, this is one point of clarification, the blue candles signal bullish or price moving upwards, and the red candles signal bearish and price moving down.
Okay. That's visually quite obvious, but it's important to note that because for some people here in the webinar, it's the first time they're here, so we appreciate that. There are two other indicators that we want to put on our charts. What are those indicators?
All right. We like to... the first one we put in is a volume indicator.
So really
Just throw
three.
that right on the...
Yeah.
Yeah, so 3. We
You could
put
right
volume
click.
right
Yeah.
on the...
Yeah.
Yep. Right on the chart. Right click on the chart, go to volumes, and it puts the volume bars right at the bottom of your chart in the chart screen,
Yep.
which is actually kind of nice for this.
Yep.
From there, the one of the most important indicators that we can put in is another one that's available in Arizona Rules Forum for download. is a MACD divergence indicator, and it's an alert. This is FX5 MACD divergence V1.1.
And we have the indicator for download in the forum, plus instructions on how to install it on your machine. So we're not going to teach you how to install an indicator in MetaTrader. If you don't have this indicator before Sean gets into the settings, you simply load the MACD, the regular old MACD set to 12, 26, and 9.
Standard settings, 12, 26, and 9.
Right. Nothing funky.
And here we go.
Now,
and the greatest thing about this indicator, and this is why we encourage the download of this, is that it actually puts the divergence lines into your chart, so you can visualize them instead of having to try and take it from MACD on your own.
Yeah, and we'll teach you how to identify divergence today as part of one of the methodologies that we trade in the rules. One more indicator.
Last one, the unbelievably awesome, most people would say it's stupid, levels of the standard stochastic oscillator. Basically, like it said, I tried to break things. I tried to take them to extreme highs or extreme lows and just see what happened, and this actually proved to be an unbelievably cool way to identify some trades.
What you have here is the stochastic oscillator, the stochastic slow set to 60, 20, 20, with overbought above 80 and oversold below 20. And those are the indicators necessary for setting up the Arizona rules. Sean, why don't you take a look, if you don't mind, at the questions and see if some questions came in about setting up the charts. While you're looking at those questions, let me say a few words. Number one, no matter what time frame chart you're watching, all of these indicators go on your chart. No matter what financial instrument you're watching, the ES, Apple, the currency market, doesn't matter. Any financial instrument, any time frame chart, these indicators apply. We're not going to change the settings on these indicators right here, no matter what time frame chart you're watching or what market you are trading.
All right, we got a couple of questions.
All right.
Will you still consider a short trend trade even if price is above the 800? That's a great question.
Yeah, what a great question. Wow.
Way to throw it out there right away. That's beautiful.
Who is that? Who asked that question?
Manfred.
Manfred Breckenheimer. You are definitely, if you would like to be elevated to moderator status in the forum right now, we'll do that. That is an excellent question. The answer is yes. Right, Sean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, some of the best ones. Some of the best ones. And previous Arizona Rules trades did not include the potential for doing that. And we missed a lot of good trades, and we're not going to miss those trades anymore. Great question. Thank you, Manfred.
Yeah, great question. Let's see. Always use the 1 hour chart. No, it works on every time frame that you want to use.
Right,
I've
short-term,
used it on the 1 minute. Yeah, I've used it on the 1 minute, and it works on the 1 hour. How important is volume? Is I can't get it.
And can't get it. Okay. If you can't get it, then don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that you can't get it, and that's okay. That's okay. We're not going to worry about it for you.
All right. I think that catches us up for right now.
All right. That's a conclusion of how to set your charts up with the Arizona rules. When we come back, we're going to start trading with the Arizona rules. So here we go, as the commercial says.